Hey everyone, I want to show you the demo for eyeshadow and like a basic eye look, and then we're going to take it to a deeper, dramatic nighttime smoky look, and I'm going to show you how to transform one to the next without having to remove your makeup. So you could get ready in the morning like I am right now for the day and do a natural everyday look, and then when you are ready to go out in the evening, maybe after work, after class, after you get the babysitter, you can add the darker colors, and I'm going to show you how to transform one to the next without having to redo your whole face. So let's get started. Also, I want to remind you this week is going to be my first giveaway, so pay attention real quick because I'm going to give you the rules. The giveaway, I want you to take this video after you've watched it and get out your colors, whether you've got them at home or go purchase a new palette, whatever. And there's a chart, a graphic on the Facebook page, the Becoming Bri Facebook page. And what you're going to do is find the colors that go with your eye color. So mine are hazel, so my colors, I'll just show you my palette that I'm going to be using today. It's got a whole bunch of different colors, but it's got all these coppers and like muted neutrals, which a lot of these will go with a lot of different eye colors. But take a look at that chart and it's going to tell you which colors go with your eyes the best and help your eye color stand out. That's what the coordination does. It's not that you can't wear another color, but for example, if you've got really green eyes, purple is on the opposite of the color wheel, and so purple is really going to make your green eyes come out. Just like if you've got blue eyes, yellow would kind of help do that as well. So enough on that. Take a look at the chart, get your eye colors out. You're going to need a light, a medium, and a dark, and you can choose if you want to do the natural or the nighttime look. I don't care which one you do. I just want to see you guys taking some of these tips and using them. I want to see you utilize them and see how it's translating from here to you all and how it works out at your house. So I want you to take a before and after picture and go ahead and post it to Facebook using the hashtag BecomingBri eye tutorial, which I think I may have that wrong. It's on the Facebook page, and I'll repost it so everybody's using the same hashtag. And I want you to go ahead and share the Becoming Bri page, because that helps me out. It's going to help you guys out because I'm going to get more feedback and know what everybody wants to see. But I want you to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to take all the names of the photos that I get and put them into a jar and draw names out. And the winner is going to receive, I'm actually going today to pick it up, a brand new e.l.f. Eye color palette, kind of like the one I have here, just depending on what's available today at the store. And I will, if you're out of state, I'll send it to you. If you're in the area, I can bring it to you, whatever. But I will get it to you, and I'm so excited about the first giveaway, and I hope you are too, because it's going to be lots of fun. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started, and I'll post all of those details in regular type right under this video so you all can get those and there's no confusion and that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and get started. All I've done is my basic face makeup with my primer, my foundation, bronzer powder, and my blush, and then my concealer around my eyes. I haven't even done my eyebrows yet because typically that's in my eye steps, and so I know I showed you briefly how I did that when I did the everyday face. But I want to go ahead and show you because I actually wait. There's a step that I do before, and there's a reason I wait and do my brows next, so I'm going to show that to you all. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do, which all of this can be found in the list, the makeup list that's on the list page, so go ahead and check that out. I've got right here, which the label has rubbed off, but I'll just show you what it looks like. This is the e.l.f. eyelid primer. It doesn't come in many colors, but it's brightening. It's very highlightish. When you put it on, it's going to highlight above your brow bone and that sort of thing. But it's a liquid, and it looks like a lip gloss too. So I'm just going to start with that, and I'm just going to put it right on the lid and swipe it up against the inside of my brow. And again on the other side, there's enough product on the applicator to kind of do both. So I'm not worried about re-dipping it. And then I'm just gonna, you'll feel it, it's kind of tacky and wet, more so than the Revlon face primer, but I'm just kind of stippling in it and spackling it so it kind of starts to dry. I can bring it down into the corner a little bit. And this helps fill in lines, but it also helps your powder stay so it doesn't crease, and it helps the powder be a truer color. So for example, there's some powders, like I use a lot of really cheap powders, and I don't want to use the whole, compact to actually make the pink or the brown or the cream show up. And so what it does is it will help the powder, the shadow, adhere to your eyelid, so you're going to get a truer color. Like what you're seeing is going to be exactly what you see on your face. And so you're going to have to use less product. It helps it so it doesn't crease and wear all day, which, like I said, is my ultimate rule when it comes to makeup. Okay, so I've got this all over and it's still a little bit wet, it's still a little bit tacky. So while that dries, I'm going to do my brows, and that's why I normally will skip that. And I'm going to show you guys this week. I need to wax my brows anyway, so I'm going to show you that in a different video. So stay tuned, you'll get that tutorial. But so again, let's just go through this really quick. Starting not quite at the edge, so you don't get a dot or like a harsh drawn line, because we don't draw our eyebrows on. You're just going to start here and just going in the direction of the hair. I want to just do small strokes, not one hard line. I want it to be light. You can always darken it. It's really hard to get it off and start over unless you don't wash your whole face. So don't do that. And you just want to follow the direction of the hair all the way up and then down. And this is just helping create that really nice arch. And then I'm going to do it on the top of the brow, like so, okay? And then I'm going to do the other one. And down, and the top, and down, okay? Now, as a rule of thumb, generally, the darker your brows are, the older you're gonna look. So don't fill them in completely. You don't want like solid black. That's also a no-no. I have really dark brow hair, and so to use a really dark pencil is fine. You wanna try to match your hair as closely as possible. But then, again, my spoolie's in my wallet. But I'm just brushing out the harshness of the drawn line, and then with the leftover concealer, just kind of cleaning it up, okay? Other side. Just clean it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so there's that. Now my primer has dried primarily. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my eyeshadow palette out, and I'm using just a regular old, this is a really fluffy blending brush. It's really small, you can see, here's my finger, and it's like thinner and wider on one end. Here it is, just so you can see, this is your typical eyeshadow brush right here. So you can see that, and here's this one. It's much smaller, and that's gonna help me get better control. I'm gonna be able to put less product in certain places, more in another place, and then really blend it out. So here we go. I always blow on my palette because I don't like all the extra powder to make a mess. Just kind of clean it out. Okay, so I'm going to start with this color here. It's like a bone color, and usually the lighter colors are all next to each other. It's like a bone and it's matte. I don't typically like to do shimmers up on my brow bone because I just think it's a little too flashy when the light hits you. I usually have enough shine everywhere else that I don't need that there, especially because my bronzer already has some shimmer in it, and I just don't want a whole face of glitter. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my brush and I'm just gonna pick up the product. There we go. And let's turn this up because it's easier for you all to see. I'm just going to, rather than rubbing it, because it's gonna spray it all over my face, I'm gonna spackle it right in up to that brow line, all the way up. All the way over, and I'm just bringing it down a little bit to it's right there where my brow stops is probably where I'll stop. Get a little bit more, and the majority of the product I'm putting right here because that's where the light, like on this side, I haven't done anything. You can see the light really hits right in here the most, so that's where I'm putting the most of this powder as well. Adjust the light a little bit so you can see really good. Okay, so, and I'm not going to do a whole eye and then move on because I want them to be symmetrical and really the same. So it's going to help me to do that if I do every step on one side and then the next side before I move on to the next step. So I'm going to go ahead and do this side. A little bit more product. And whatever colors you choose, this is where the lightest of the colors will go. So I'm really saturating that area. And then again, bringing it all the way to the edge of where my brow stops and into the corner. And I can bring it down a little bit into the corner. Okay, so there's that. I don't have to worry about blending it down here too much because I'm going to add another color. All right, so now I'm going to go on to my medium color, and this is where I usually use that MAC disc that I showed you all in the very first video with, like, it's very natural, it's skin colored, but for the sake of today, I'm going to stick with this palette so you all can see, so you don't think you have to go buy some big expensive MAC something. That was a gift. I would never have purchased it on my own, although I do really like it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick just a skin color. Let's go ahead and go with this one. It's another flat one. And here, you can do a shimmer if you like, it's fine. Put it all over my lid. And this is where I'm going to rub it to blend it. So I'm spackling it on the lid, and then where the lines meet, I'm going to blend it together. So again, spackling it, and then where they meet, I'll blend it together. I really want you to be able to see this well. I don't want it to be too much bright light. There. Okay. So there's that. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, and this is where your colors will differentiate. That would be your medium color. You've got, I'm using 3 primary colors here. If you want to add colors to it, that's totally fine. But you're going to do your lightest color on the brow bone, your medium color on the lid, and then your darkest color in the crease. So let's go ahead and I'm going to switch brushes. This is an angled brush. You can see, and I'll show it in comparison to a typical eyebrow brush or eyeshadow brush, since everyone knows what that kind of looks like. It's about the same size, but it's got an angle on it, and that just helps me keep product right where I want it to be. I'm going to choose my darkest of colors now, and I'm going to go with a shimmer now and use something that's a little bit gold. So I'm going to use this one over here in the corner. It's a little bit gold, kind of coppery. And I've just put it on the edge of the brush. And I'm just gonna, when my eyes are open, I can see that line. That's where I want to put this product, in that line. So with my, you can kind of, as a guide, just kind of shove it in there to kind of know where to start. But because I've done this a lot, I know exactly where I'm putting the product. So I'm gonna close my eye. And again, just spackling it in there. See that? Do the other side. I'm not worried about blending it a whole lot yet. I'll do that in a second. I'm just keeping it on this half. Okay, and then with my regular eyeshadow brush, I'm not adding any product to it, it's a clean brush. I'm going to blend this, and I don't want to get dark up in my eyebrow. So I'm going to blend down into the corner of my eye over here. So all this dark color is going to be in the corner over here. Let's do this one. You can see I'm blending it down so it doesn't jump up into that light color. All into the corner of my eye. There we go. Okay, now I can take my hand, and because I have all that concealer there, just kind of blend up in this direction. If I made a line from the corner of my eye to the edge of my eyebrow, that's where I want the makeup to stop. So you can just rub your finger there and kind of fade it out into your skin everywhere else. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and, just like I showed you all in the smudge proof video, I'm gonna do my gel liner. And I'm not gonna do anything fancy today. I'm working on winged eyeliner, guys, and I will get to that. So let's go ahead and just do our liner. Okay. There you go. And the top. Now for day wear, I keep the line on the top a little bit thinner than I would for evening wear, and I'll show you the difference here in a minute. Fading it thinner on the inside and a little bit thicker on the outside, and then connect the dots. Same on the other side. Connect the dots. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to do all the steps that we talked about in the smudge proof video. Lining and sealing. There we go. And with my thin liner brush, using a dark powder, so I'm going to choose one of the same palette, and it's just like a really chocolatey color. It does have a little bit of shimmer to it, not quite as much as the darkest powder I use. But just placing it right over that liner sealer so that it lasts all day. There we go. And then when you're spackling like that, if you need to blend things, I just go back with that same eyeshadow brush and again just pull things down into the corner as much as possible. You want the darkest color on the outside of your eyes. That's going to keep your eyes looking open. Then I would take my lash curler and I just want to make sure to get all the way to the ends. There we go. And then my mascara. And regardless of what kind of mascara you have, you want to do 2 coats. So here's a tip, because how many of you have gotten it on your eyelid and that's freaking annoying. You want to look up as far as you can, and it's really hard for me with the camera, so I'm going to show you this, and then to actually apply it, I'm going to have to move my face. So if you look way up, tilt your head way up, and then look down. So I'm looking down. Your eyelashes are as far away from your lid as they would be. And you can apply the product this way. And I know you can't really see me doing this very well right now because of the way my head is, so I'm going to move in a second. But for the top lashes, that will keep you from touching your eyelid, just as an FYI. So I'm taking the brush in here all the way, get all the corner ones, all of the end ones. And I'm using the point to get all the way inside on the very root of the lash. And then I'm going to take it and sweep it on the top like that. Okay, and then making sure I get the end like that. Okay, so the next one, get some on there all the way into the corner, all the way on the end. Swoop down on the top and get the tips. There we go. And then for the bottom, turning the wand to get all of these. Okay, so there's the first coat of mascara. I would go ahead and take some time. You want at least 10 seconds between coats of mascara. And this is where I would just apply my lip balm or whatever. You can brush your teeth, put your earrings or your watch on, whatever. And then, I didn't wait very long, so I'm just trying to speed that up for you. I'm going to go ahead and go back. And for my case, I have a dual-ended mascara, so I'm using the other side too. But if you don't, you can use your mascara. It's fine. Just make sure you let one coat dry and apply another one. I don't have to be as careful and detailed because this time I'm really just trying to build some length and volume. There we go. Okay, so there's day-to-day look. I need this to dry a little bit so I don't smear mascara all over my face. So if you want to do the day-to-day look, this is my favorite, and I would just leave this for the day. If I wanted to create a little bit deeper of a look, semi-smoky, just evening wear, I'm going to take back my palette, and I'm going to, because I'm wearing a black shirt, use a black color. It's like a charcoal gray color. You can use any color you'd like. This one has some shimmer in it, and I'm going to use the angled brush again. Get plenty of product. Close my eye, and from my liner all the way into that crease again, I'm putting this color. In fact, I don't like that this is not very dark. So I'm going to use, this looks like black in the palette, but okay. Not worried about all the blending right now, but just in that same corner. All the way to the liner. You can see if I close my eye, it's just on this half, and I'm not taking it up into that brow bone area. I don't want to do that. Okay, so I would do that, and I'm going to take my regular eyeshadow brush and blend it down again. Okay, then I'm going to take just a shimmery color. This is like a neutral shimmery color. You could use a shimmery white. I'm going to use the MAC palette the MAC disc that I really like because it's really shimmery. It's called Love Connection if you really want to go buy it. But I'm going to put this shimmer color here in the corner. Like that. And just kind of blend the two a little bit. Then I'm going to take, this is a gold pencil just because the color of my shimmer color that I put in the corner is gold. And I'm going to actually go from the corner and kind of bring this out a little bit under here, which is going to help add some dimension to my concealer. There we go. And then you can use a liner smudge brush, which is like this. It's kind of rubbery, kind of like a pencil eraser, to just kind of blend that out a little bit so it's not a hard line. There we go. Then I'm going to take a white pencil, and I'm just warming it up in the tip of my finger. And I'm going to go right in here in the corner and rim out the corner of my eye. Clean it up because I've got some liner on already on there. Right up underneath like that. And that's going to help, it opens your eyes up a little bit. It's really going to help make the whites of your eyes look brighter. Go back and do it one more time. inside there. And then I would go back with my regular liner, my gel liner, and thicken this line up. The bottom's okay, I don't really like a really fat line on the bottom. But the top I would definitely fatten up. There we go. And then go ahead and seal this again. Obviously you're not doing it back to back. You're doing this in the evening before you go somewhere. Okay? And then I would take that same really dark powder on my liner brush, the almost black charcoal gray, to seal these up. And you can go back in, depending on how dramatic you want it, and just add, if you want, you can add a little bit more color. I want you all to be able to see the difference here really well. But every time I add color, I use the angled brush. And every time I want to blend, I use the regular eyeshadow brush, not blush, sorry. Okay, and then I'll do a tutorial on falsies later, but I would apply another coat of mascara. Oops, see? But I've got enough concealer here, using a clean finger each time to kind of wipe that up. There we go. You want to do your mascara again because you've added extra powder and that's muted the color of your lashes because the dust has gotten on your lashes. That's what your lashes do. Keep the dust out of your eyes. So every time you add powder, you want to add more mascara. But if I was adding lashes, I would do them now. I put my mascara on first, curl and mascara my eyes, and then I'll put the falsies on. I have come to love a little bit more than a whole lash because I find that, at least with my eye shape and size, that they end up being a little bit too long, and even if I trim them, I get poked in the eye at some point in the evening and I'm ready to rip them off. So I've been using these single lashes a lot more. I really like them. But you would just use some tweezers and add them to the sides. I'm not going to do that today. That's a whole nother tutorial which we can get to another time. I just wanted to show you all the difference between a day and an evening look. So you can see how much more dramatic this dark shadow is. I'm going to show you too, after you do a really dark eye color, where is it? Here it is. I need to get a new concealer stick because mine's about gone. I would run my concealer under here very carefully. You don't want to get it right up to the edge because, again, you put that gold, at least I did put that gold pencil, but I do want to get rid of that really dark powder that may have fallen onto my cheekbone at this point. Another trick is before you do black powder, especially if you've got really fair skin, baby powder works well, or if you've got translucent powder, put a crap ton under there so that it's really thick. And then you can do the dark powder, and then using your regular powder brush, first you would just kind of shake the majority of it away. Then using your powder brush, just kind of sweeping the translucent powder away will help keep the black powder from setting onto your other makeup. But again, do your concealer after, and that will help brighten that space up. It's really, I feel like the light today is kind of weird and it's making me look like a raccoon now. But I just wanted to show you all, blend this a little bit. I just wanted to show you all the difference in the eyeshadows, both for daytime and nighttime. So I hope you guys had lots of fun and that you learned something, and I cannot wait to see your before and after pictures. So get going. I'm really excited. Don't give up. Just keep trying. A lot of times, again, just remember, you can always add more product. You can't, it's harder to take it off. So start with a little bit, and if, depending on if you wear a lot of makeup or just a little bit, you're only gonna need a little bit of product. So start there and build it as you go and see how you like it. Experiment with some fun colors. It's a lot of fun. Eyes are a lot of fun, and you can kind of vary things and experiment a lot. And so I hope you guys have a lot of fun with these. Again, I can't wait to see your photos, and I will post right under this video in some regular text so you can see all the information for the giveaway. So have a great week, guys, and I'll see you later.